With Palestinian flags flying on their boats, Gaza's fishermen protest against Israel's blockade. They gathered in the port before heading out to sea.
This protest is part of the demonstrations against the siege happening every week on the land border. This is our peaceful activity that the whole world agrees with. Israel should know that this is a small geographical area, but we insist on our freedom.
After 20 weeks of protests on the land border with Israel, the fishermen now say it's their turn, and their plan is to take this flotilla of boats and sail it along the coast towards the border with Israel, which is around 10 kilometers north from here.
Israel restricts Gaza's fishermen from operating more than 3 nautical miles from the coast. The Israeli Navy has confiscated boats and killed 13 fishermen it says tried to breach the area it allows the fishermen to work in since the siege began almost 12 years ago. As the boats sailed towards the border, people walked along the beach in support.
We came here to protest against the siege and to tell the world of our suffering. We are sure this won't break the siege, but we hope it will go some way to ending this injustice.
The protests come days after the worst escalation of violence between Israel and Hamas since the 2014 war. Funerals were held for 3 men, including a volunteer medic, shot by Israeli soldiers during protests on Friday. A delegation representing the UN's Middle East peace envoy, seen here in Gaza in July, have been meeting Hamas leaders trying to forge a lasting truce. As the fishing boats approached the border, the Israeli Navy opened fire, warning shots to force the fishing vessels back. The boats turned and headed for the port. Israel has refused to formally acknowledge a truce announced by Hamas on Thursday. There are fears anything either side calls a provocation could result in more violence and even another war. Charles Stratford, Al Jazeera, Gaza.